Good morning. We have Reg and Betty Chaulk with us this morning, all the way from McGregor, Ontario. They made their way to Essex, and we're going to interview them this morning. And what we're talking about this morning is how we can impact our neighbors and the simple things that we can do to make a difference in our neighbor's life. And Betty, I understand that one of your neighbors recently, probably more than once, that you've impacted by your cheesecake ministry. Can you tell us about that, please?
Well, I love to bake, and this specific day I decided to make a cheesecake, and I felt to make two, so I made two. And I knew that the neighbor had gone through a rough time because he had shared it with Reg before, and I really felt to go over and bless them with it. But Satan tried to hold me back, and I went out the door with it and came back and went out and came back 2 or 3 times, and finally I said, this is it, I'm going. And I walked across the road to the neighbor and gave them the cheesecake, and he just looked at me and he said, that's for me? Nobody ever does anything for me. And he said, well, why would you do that? And I said, well, you know that we're Christian people, but I said, that's the love of Jesus in us, and we're supposed to reach out to others. So I felt I wanted to do this for you. And it blessed him and it blessed me.
Now, Reg, is this the same neighbor that you've had an opportunity to pray with too? And was that before the cheesecake or after the cheesecake?
After the cheesecake, right? Yeah.
So what happened with that? How did you end up praying with this neighbor?
Well, like I said, I walked over to see how they were doing. And he was in the room, and his wife came out, and we talked, and I said, you would like for me to pray for you before I go? She said, sure. So I prayed for her, and then he came out just at the time. So I had the opportunity to pray for him, pray with him.
Okay.
You know.
Now, was that hard or easy for you to do?
It wasn't easy, but
Probably wasn't as hard as you thought.
it wasn't as hard as I thought. No,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just I'm going to say a shy person, but I'm not a shy person. But I'm very low, right?
Low key.
You know, low key.
So you've had a cheesecake ministry, but understand that oftentimes when you go to Walmart, where you go to get your nails done, different things happen. So can you tell us another story?
Yeah, I go to the same nail salon, I guess, for the last 5 years, and the same girl always take care of me, and I'm mom to her now, and to all the girls that work there. And when I go in, I have to make sure I either bring flowers or I bring cookies or something, and they're waiting for me every time, and they all yell out, Mama's here, Mama's here. And by the time I'm ready to leave, it's just like there's so much peace there, and the owner, her name is the same name as the girl that takes care of me, and she said, you have to bring me stuff too, because she said, you make me happy. And it's like, it's just a ministry to go in and be able to reach out to them.
Did you recently pray for one of these young ladies too? Can
I
you tell
did.
us about that?
For her dad.
Okay.
We were sitting there and she was doing my nails, and this is the story that she said to me, you always make me cry, but she said, it's a happy cry. It's not sad, but I don't know why. And then she told me about her dad. She said, my dad is not well, he's in the States and he's got cancer. And she said, I went down to visit him once, but she said, I'm so worried about him. So I said to her, I said, would you like for me to pray for your dad? And she said, yes. So I prayed there in salon with her very quietly, and with all the other people around. And I said, I really believe that God is going to heal that cancer. And then a month later, I went in for an appointment, not even thinking about it, and walked in. And sometimes I almost get a little embarrassed because I walk in and there's 20 people in the salon, and they're, oh, Mama's here, Mama's here. And when I walked in, she says, Mama, I got so much to tell you. She said, my daddy just went back to the doctor and the cancer's totally gone.
Say that again.
The cancer's totally gone and he's healed.
All right. That's amazing.
And I led her through the prayer of asking Jesus in her heart as well.
You beat me to it because I was going to ask you, did
Yes.
that lead to anything else? So.
Yes, yes.
So was that right in the
In the salon, but very quietly, and she's a soft-spoken girl, and God helped me to be, soft and speak to her. And I said to her, I want to say her name, but I won't. I said, do you want to ask Jesus in your heart? And she said, yes.
So how recent is this?
Oh, maybe I'll say 2 years ago.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But I still see her once a month, and every time I see her, her face just lifts. And don't take me wrong, I'm not doing anything for me. It's like the place, like I just feel the presence goes with me in there.
Mm-hmm. Now, have any of the other girls, has she told you about any of the other girls in that place responding to what's new for her? Has she mentioned anything?
No.
Okay.
But I can tell because the last time I was in, I was loving on, and I brought in cookies and different things for her, and the boss said, well, you better bring things into me too, because my name is the same name, and you're my mama too. Will you be my mama? I said, sure, I will.
Well, that's a pretty good place when they want you to take that place of being a mother to them. So
yes.
They're actually recognizing Holy Spirit in your lives. So.
Plus, she also told me that I have no relationship with my mama at all.
Oh, okay.
But she said, you are my mama. I said, I will always be your mama.
Sounds like you're a light in that place.
I love to be, yes.
Now, the obvious question that people are wondering is, well, you're just made that way, and you've been like this your whole life probably, right?
No, I'm an outgoing person all my life, but I've never been this, I would say forward, never been this, what word can I use, like excited about it since I've come to Antioch. It's just like, I always feel that this is my ministry, this is what I have to do. And even at church, several couples that have come to our church knew. And I remember one Sunday I got up and walked over without even thinking and went down and welcomed them to the church before the service started. And then I went and said to the pastor after, I said, I hope I didn't do anything wrong, but it was in my heart to do it. She said, we need people like you. So that's my ministry. I love to reach out to people.
So would you have any advice for people that are in their neighborhoods or wanting to just reach out to their neighbors and really don't know how?
Don't go to their door and preach to them, at them. Just let them see Jesus in you. But also, take them cookies. It's my favorite thing. Take them a treat. Or just walk over and say, can I help you with something? Or and you make good friends. And plus, they know that you're not going to... Like, people are scared of Christian people a lot of the time, afraid of how we are. But we're down-to-earth people. If you need something, we're there. Or most of all, my treat is, like, I got all the neighbors lined up. Christmas time, I do a batch of cookies and different things, and I put them all in containers and drop them off to each one. And
well, it sounds very much like relational evangelism.
yes.
So, thank you, and thank you for being with us today.
You're welcome.